There are different types of materials you can use to make your corset loops look professional. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sew these corset loops with a satin rat tail cord. Let's get into this. Here are 3 example sizes I made so you can see the difference and decide which one you like best. This one is 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch. Also, these satin cords come in different sizes. This is 1.5 millimeters and this one is 3 millimeters. They're usually on wedding dresses, back closures on corsets, bustier dresses, and other designs. I like using the 3 millimeters. Which one do you like? Let me know in the comments. So for this video, I decided to make the loops size 7/8 and the satin cord will be 3 millimeters. Next up is the measurements. I'm going to pretend the paper is this piece of fabric. So I'm going to measure from here to here, and that will be from here to here. This line is going to have temporary dots, and this line is going to have permanent lines. So basically, I'm going to measure 7/8, then put a dot, 7/8, then put another dot. Put 7/8 dots all the way down until you can't do 7/8 anymore. Whatever is left, I'm going to divide it by 2, then put it on the top and bottom. After that, I will put permanent lines of 7/8. Let me show you a couple of examples. So here is the first example. First, I will measure 7/8 and put a dot. Then put another 7/8 and put another dot. I'm going to put it all the way down till I can't anymore. These are the 7/8 marks. And this is what I have left. It measures 1/4. Now, since it's a little bit, you can either leave the 1/4 space just like that, or you can divide it by 2. 1/4 divided by 2 equals 1/8. After that, I'm going to put the permanent lines on the same Rattail boning. I will start with 1/8, then 7/8, another 7/8 all the way down, and then 1/8 on the bottom. I have 7 loops with a 1/8 inch space on the top and bottom. So remember, the dots will be the temporary placement, but the lines are the final placement. Next up is the second example. I'm going to start with a 7/8 dot, and then I will go all the way down till I can't no more. Now from here to here is 3/4. It's right next to the 7/8. 3/4 divided by 2 equals 3/8. So you can either put 3/8 here and 3/8 on the bottom, or you can make a 3/4 inch loop since it's right next to the 7/8. It will look a little smaller than the rest, but it's okay because it's on the bottom and no one is going to see it. Let's try another one. Put 7/8 of an inch temporary dots all the way down till you can't no more. I have a 1/2 inch left. So a 1/2 inch divided by 2 is 1/4. So I will put a 1/4 permanent line on top, then permanent lines of 7/8 all the way down, and here I will put 1/4. My corset back will have 10 loops. Alright, so this is the last example, and I know this time you're going to understand it. So I'm going to put 7/8 temporary lines all the way down, and look what I have here. There is nothing left, so I will have no space on the top and bottom. I'm just going to have 11 loops. Here's the fractions on a ruler. If you want, you can screenshot it so you can keep it on your phone. Now here's the real deal. I always sew the Rattail boning 1/8 away from the edge of the fabric. So this is a temporary dot and this is the permanent line. So first I'm going to find out if I have any space left. So from here to here is 7/8. So I'm going to mark 7/8 all the way down till I can't no more. What's left is a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch divided by 2 equals 1/4. I will put 1/4 here and then permanent lines of 7/8 all the way down. And this will be the 1/4. So 1/4 plus 1/4 equals a 1/2 inch. Next, put the pin inside the fabric and then bring the pin outside the fabric like this. So I'm going to start on the inside of the line. Take the cord and put it just like this. Next, put a pin in the cord so it doesn't move. Then take another pin and put it right next to the cord. After that, take the cord and put it underneath the next pin. Make sure you pull it so it's tight. Then take the cord and put it around the pin on top like this. The 2 cords have to be tight together like best friends. From there, take a pin and put it right next to the cord. The cord has to be in the middle of the 2 pins. So now watch how I do the other ones. Let's go. So for the last loop, put a pin about 1/8 away from the last pin, and then put the cord in between the two pins. From there, put the cord around the top of the pin. After that, put a pin in the cord so it doesn't move like this. It looks neat and professional, but please be careful when you are putting the second pins because the way it's set up. The pin next to it can poke you and leave you bleeding, and sometimes you don't even know until the blood is on your client's garment. So I suggest that you have band-aids when you are doing this, just in case. Take your time putting the pins in. Next up, I'm going to show you how to sew this, with and without the pins. I'm gonna put the video on speed. Take your time and be careful sewing over the pins. Once you take the pins out, stitch and back stitch on each loop so that it's secured and it doesn't rip apart. Stitch on both sides of the Rattail boning. This is how it looks. Nice and neat, and the loops are close to each other. I like this method because the loops are together. There are designers who like the 1.5 millimeters and some like the 3 millimeters. I'm going to leave the links for the satin cord in the description below. If you learned something and you would like more free content, then please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your fashion friends. I also made this tutorial on how to make the corset loops with fabric. These corset loops work well with cotton, satin, polyester, anything that doesn't fray. They will make your lace-up bustier dresses look professional. I love when I can mix up the colors. It brings out the beauty on the back of the lace-up. If you haven't seen it yet, then check it out right here. Click or tap on the video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to practice, practice, practice. Bye, everybody.